welcome into Week 5 Fantasy Wall Street. We're going to be looking at some players you should be looking to buy before their value skyrockets, or players you should be trying to sell at their peak, or before their stock tanks. Okay, Kyle, give me some good fantasy financial advice.
Well, I'm going to start with a buy, so that we can start off on a good note. Buy and boom should not have the same first letter. It throws me off. Anyways, start with a buy. Jaylen Waddle. I don't want to be too obvious here. Obviously, he just got the job because Hill got hurt, so he's going to be moving up to wide receiver 1. The reason I want to bring him up as a buy is because I feel like people have lost faith in Jaylen Waddle over the past couple of seasons. And I want to tell you not to lose faith in Jaylen Waddle. He's the number 1 receiver for this team for the rest of the year, and he can perform as such. So don't panic, sell him because you don't think he can be a wide receiver 1, so you're just trying to get something for him. And if your guy in your league that owns Jaylen Waddle is trying to sell, go try to get him. I bet you could get him for cheaper than he's worth. So I just wanted to address that from that angle on Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah, I think that people have a hard time trusting Waddle because he seems to get injured quite often, but it doesn't seem to be like serious injuries. They're more annoying injuries that, take him out for a quarter or something like that. But it feels like he's always letting you down.
He's not dislocating his knee, though, so that's a win.
There's that. His leg is intact, and he is a very, very capable wide receiver that Tua loves throwing to. So, yeah, if you can get Waddle now, of course he's going to be more expensive than he was a week ago, but I still think you might be able to snag him at a decent price because of that trust factor.
Yep, 100%. Okay, so my first sell then is going to be Isiah Pacheco. And I had him on this list like week 1 or 2, I forget. But not only is he not performing on his own now, but Kareem Hunt has basically overtaken him as the running back 1 in that offense now. I don't know if it's because Isiah plays so violently, they're afraid he'll get hurt. I don't know. But it is concerning that he's losing that many touches to old Kareem Hunt. It just is. And this is the last time I'll have him on this list because it's the last time he should be on your roster. So
it's the last time we should have to tell you to sell this guy. You know what else we should sell is whatever chair you're sitting in. Man, it is not liking us very much at all. It is. It also doesn't like Pacheco. So
my chair?
Yeah, even your chair is mad about it, but maybe it's not your chair. I don't know. It's some sort of noise.
My chair's not making any noise.
Weird. Something ain't happy about it. All right. Anyway, who's your next player?
Maybe it was my pen. I don't know. Did I sit it down? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to give you another sell, and we're going to go with Hunter Henry. And Hunter Henry's had a couple of pretty good games to start the season out here. But I'm selling because Diggs is getting healthier. As he gets healthier, we saw this week he was getting a little bit more work, getting a little bit more comfortable in that offense with Drake May. I think that's going to continue to grow, and I think it's going to grow at the cost of Hunter Henry. I think Hunter Henry's early big games were just kind of waiting on Diggs to really get going. So sell Henry while he has value. Somebody's going to need a tight end on your team. Somebody drafted Njoku and needs a tight end.
You're not wrong.
Go find that person.
I'm with you on that. I think that Hunter Henry's going to fade off here. I think he had the early season kind of boom, like in that showing there, but Diggs is starting to come alive, and I think that's who's really ultimately going to be the number 1 receiver there. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of Hunter Henry while his value is still up here for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so another buy for me is going to be Trey Benson. And I know I still told you to buy him a couple of weeks ago. He had a disappointing week last week. It just extended your window to buy this guy because he should have had a good enough game last week that window would have been shut. He bought you another week to go out and buy him, so do it.
Yeah,
Do
you
it.
need to do it now. And some people are. I've heard the buzz about DeMarcado. I think people are going on the waiver to get. He had that one touchdown on 4 touches. Do not let it worry you, but it's going to worry some Trey Benson owner out there because the fantasy football community, players panic way
Yeah,
quickly. And because DeMarcado got the touchdown, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. And Trey Benson's not the guy there, obviously. And so go take advantage of it. Just go get that guy.
yeah, that touchdown on 4 touches, total fluke, total fluke.
Yeah,
And after this week, after he goes ham on Tennessee, the same way Woody Marks did last week, you're not going to be able to touch him. So
correct.
you have a few days to get it
Yep.
done.
Quick.
All right. Last buy, RJ Harvey. I know I told you guys this was another one at the beginning of the season. I told everybody, you're going to want this guy, stash him. His role will grow over the course of the year. It
Yep.
started last week. So we got a big lead with Denver against Cincinnati. It gave him more opportunities. He took advantage of those opportunities. He was very efficient with those touches. And so I think you're going to continue to see his role grow as the season goes along, just because he's more efficient than J.K. Dobbins. So you're going to want a piece of that, especially as it gets towards the end of the season when J.K. Dobbins starts wearing down or maybe even gets hurt. You'll have a healthy RJ Harvey there to carry you through the playoffs.
What I'm really liking about Harvey here too is his receiving that he's getting, 5 targets last game, 4 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown is just magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
I really love that. But you're going to want to get this guy now. Someone's going to think they're selling high. And so they're probably going to think they're actually getting the better end of this deal. So I would take advantage of that and try to go get this guy
100%.
before you can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right, that leaves us with a big dud here, huh?
Yeah, my last sell is Ladd McConkey. And it kills me because I had him in a handful of leagues. I really like this kid, but he's operating as the wide receiver 3 in that offense right now. And it kind of breaks your heart, but Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson are just playing so good. Like McConkey's still getting okay targets, 9, 5, 7, 6, but he's just 6, 5, 4, and 1 are the number of receptions on targets. He's not a red zone weapon. Like, I think if you can get anything for him based on his name, plus the fact that he's getting high enough targets, maybe somebody thinks he'll bounce back, and he could. I would rather get somebody now that I can use in my lineup for him and just go ahead and move on because I think QJ is the real deal. I think he's going to stay operating as the number 1. I could see maybe Ladd and Keenan switching spots and going back and forth throughout the season, but I don't think he's the number 1 this year.
Yeah, I just want to highlight that this is a different situation than like AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown also not performing at a high level, but AJ Brown is still the number 1 guy there. Okay.
Clearly.
So once Philadelphia gets their crap together and starts throwing the ball, then AJ Brown will come alive. Ladd McConkey, like you mentioned, is operating as the number 3 receiver there. And will that change? I don't know. At best, he becomes the number 2. So it's a completely different situation, whereas AJ Brown will be able to probably come alive as that team improves and gets their crap together. Ladd McConkey, that offense is already functioning at a high level.
Yeah.
And he's kind of being left behind. And so it's a completely different situation. So sell, I guess, for what you can.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Every once in a while, don't get used to it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's buys and sells on Fantasy Wall Street. Good luck to you.
Go forth and trade, my children.